Fact number 1. After taking the name Darth Vader, he called upon his favourite legion of troops when carrying out Order 66. The comic book series begins after the events shown in Revenge of the Sith, when Palpatine sends Vader on a mission to create his iconic red Sith lightsaber to prove himself as a loyal Sith apprentice. The mission requires Vader to hunt down any remaining Jedi. The information Vader needed was on board a vessel filled with clone troopers who end up stripping the ship of Jedi artifacts. Vader boards the ship. However, the clones don't recognize Vader as he is now wearing his suit from the aftermath duel with Obi-Wan Kenobi on Mustafar. The clones attack Vader, who then annihilates the troopers for the information. Fact number 2. Vader tries to force choke Palpatine. The scene where Vader is screaming, "No!" at the end of Revenge of the Sith, in which he found out Padme had died. In the movie, Palpatine smiles as Vader screams in despair, but the comics take it a step further. Vader uses the Force to fling Palpatine up against the wall and proceeds to try and force choke Palpatine. Palpatine, however, uses his own Force powers to stop him. He then tells his apprentice that he must embrace the dark side or die. Fact number 3. Padme's death is the main source of Vader's anger, which we witness big time in Rogue One and the original trilogy. Beneath the rage and anger that made Vader feared across the galaxy, he still clearly loves Padme. It is this tragic love story that makes, in my opinion, Vader the most complex and interesting character across the entire galaxy. Fact number 4. Costume designer John Mollo looked to the headgear as an inspiration, given the association of hatred and evil that Nazis still represent to this day. George Lucas envisioned Vader as a dark lord riding on the winds with an evil essence about him. The influence from Nazi headgear helped evoke that evil essence. There are also many other features added to the mask to create its distinct lack. Fact number 5. Sebastian Shaw was the man behind the mask and as Anakin's original Force ghost in Return of the Jedi, later to be played as Hayden Christensen after the prequel trilogy. Many fans associate James Earl Jones and his iconic voice when it comes to Vader. However, it was revealed that David Prowse was the man inside the suit from the beginning of A New Hope to just before the end of Return of the Jedi, where we see Sebastian Shaw. David Prowse was a 6'6" bodybuilder when portraying Vader, as it made him far more intimidating. Fact number 6. When Obi-Wan took Anakin's lightsaber after defeating him on Mustafar, Palpatine orders Anakin to find any remaining Jedi who survived the aftermath of Order 66, whom Vader kills. He then takes the Kyber crystal from the Jedi lightsaber and corrupts the crystal on Mustafar to turn it red, which is revealed in the comic book Darth Vader 1. Mustafar is confirmed to be strong on the dark side of the Force. Vader's strong personal connections with the planet, as well as the raw power attained from the lava, which perfectly explains why Vader's home is Mustafar in terms of Vader's castle. Fact number 7. The Legends novel, a Darth Plagueis novel, not only reveals the truth behind Plagueis and his relationship with Palpatine, it states that Plagueis believed Anakin could be the one to destroy the Sith. Plagueis had been convinced otherwise though, when he saw visions of the future, which was a black-suited cyborg rising from a table. Plagueis therefore believed that Vader would be integral to the future of the Sith, which led to the young Anakin staying alive in the process. In the end, Plagueis' vision turns out to be the correct one, as Anakin is responsible for Palpatine's death at the end. Fact number 8. How did Vader know about his children when Palpatine tells Vader that he is responsible for his wife's death? The comic Star Wars 6 Skywalker Strikes answered this brilliantly. Vader was obsessed with finding the rebel pilot who blew up the Death Star, as he could sense that the pilot responsible was Force sensitive. Boba Fett is the one to eventually find Luke and discover his family name is Skywalker. This makes Vader realize that Padme had given birth before she died and perfectly sets up Vader's merciless hunt for Luke in Empire Strikes Back. Vader relies on his armor to protect him in more ways than one. It is also the key to his destruction. Sidious purposely instructs that his suit have no protection against the power of the Force lightning. This prevents Vader from overthrowing Palpatine, which is why he tries to convince Luke to join him in Empire Strikes Back. Fact number 10. The damage done to Vader on Mustafar wasn't easy on the eye. He lost most of his limbs, had severe burns, and many difficulties breathing. Obi-Wan's famous quote from Return of the Jedi, "He's more machine now than man," really hits home to